TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
It's good to have you join us again on Greenhousing Africa, a program that entails a healthy environment and make sure that we all live in an environment that is conducive and eco-friendly. And today we'll be tackling a topic that affects every single home and community, which is waste management. But we are not just talking about bins and recycling, we are talking about how your household waste can be a source of wealth. We'll be discussing how innovative models are turning trash into treasure and transforming our communities. Joining me to shed light on this topic today, it's representatives from the EcoBata organization. And before I introduce my guest, we will go on a short break. When we come back, you get to meet my guest. Stay tuned.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
In case you're just joining us, this is Greenhousing on Housing TV Africa, and today, like I earlier said, we'll be looking at waste management. And with me in the studio is a representative from the EcoBata company, Miss Hope Ayeni from my left, and we have Elizabeth Bahago from my right end. It's good to have you join us, Miss Hope.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So how is everything? How is the environment? How has it been?
It's such a pleasure and delight working in the environmental space, and ensuring that policies are being made, and the habit and culture of recycling waste management is being inculcated in the hearts of Nigerians. So it's
Elizabeth,
good.
how has the environment been? How is the whole ecosystem and all that?
Working in an environmental sector has been great. Teaching people simple practices actually makes huge difference. Has been something that's been good to me, because teaching people simple habits like recycling can save the world, can reduce carbon emissions, has been something like trying to inculcate the habits with them has changed the environment, has impacted the environment positively.
Okay, so let's begin properly. So, Hope, what can you tell us about greenhousing and how can we relate it to waste management?
So, greenhousing talks about using sustainable materials, sustainable building that has no negative impact on the environment, to achieve a cleaner, healthier homes in the environment. And so waste management is one of the key factors that has to be considered whenever when you're talking about greenhousing. And waste management goes down to recycling, managing all the waste that is being emitted by a household. And for us at EcoBata, we try our best to practice and to ensure that our users practice these habits. From the communities to the estates, we even try our best to work with facilities managers in the estates to ensure that waste management contributes to a better environment and a greener house in the environment.
Okay, that's great. So let's now move to Elizabeth.
Yes.
Okay, so how can smart waste management practice contribute to a more sustainable and an environmental friendly housing sector in Nigeria?
Okay, so smart waste management starts from simple practices for me and from you. Simple practices like when you sweep your house, before taking this waste to the main dump site, you sort. What I mean by sorting is you separate this waste. We have the food waste, the waste from your vegetables, the papers, your bottled waters you drank, your beverage cans, your tin from tin tomatoes. You sort this waste, keep them one side. Then the food waste can also be trashed in another part. Doing this, you could simply recycle those wastes you've sorted. Then the ones that is going back to the landfill is now in a smaller quantity. Also, there's also even like a bigger opportunity for these facility managers and also estate chairmen. So like usually estates have like the way they manage their waste. They have bodies who work with them to come and pick up their waste and dispose, and they pay monthly for this, some people even weekly for this waste. But once you sort your waste, what that helps you do is it reduces the cost of paying for that waste. Say for an estate who pays let me say ₦1 million to evacuate their waste monthly. Once you sort this waste, most of the waste we even generate, most of the things people generate and think are waste are actually recyclable. So once they sort this waste, we at Ecobata come and pick it up, and we give incentives to the facility managers. We pay for the waste. So you see that at the end of the day, they are making money from what they thought would have been waste. So let's say instead of paying ₦1 million to dispose waste monthly, we're already buying like part of it. Say we are buying maybe waste worth 600,000 naira. You see the facility now, they are only paying 400,000 naira for waste monthly. It has cut down the cost at which they spend for this waste, and it has also cut down carbon emissions to the environment, because like we know, pets do not degrade. So these are some of the things that smart waste management does.
Okay, that was beautiful. So what you just explained now entails that what we call waste is not really waste.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So now to Ms. Hope, what innovative solution has Ecobata Africa implemented to address waste management challenges in Nigerian communities?
So for Ecobata, we do a lot, but this a lot is narrowed down into I think 4 things at Ecobata. One of the things we do is we were able to realize that in the public space and when you go out, filling station, people make use of waste like cans and PET bottles, and after you drink these things, you might not see dustbin by the side, you just throw them away. So we got what we call the automated waste collection machine, also known as the reverse vending machine, where we partner with people like government bodies like Abuja Environmental AEPB and Federal Minister of Environment to get these machines in designated public spaces around Abuja. And so when you are around this place and you have your waste, it is a tokenized system, by the way. The machine is tokenized. You just put in your waste in there. It scales. It's an AI automated machine that scales whatever you give the machine, and then at the end of the day, it gives you value for whatever you recycle as a QR code. That QR code can either appear on the screen or you can print the receipt and then you scan with your phone using the Ecobata app, and there you get credited on your app. So that's one way we're curbing out waste from the environment. And then another way is that we also realize that this waste are generated by myself, yourself. The household generates this waste. So why don't we catch this waste before it gets to the environment? Because by the time it leaves your house, it gets to the gutter or to the environment, and then it pollutes communities, right? So we at Ecobata operate what we call a last mile waste collection system, or a door-to-door waste collection system, whereby you use our app to make requests for pickup when your waste is full. When you think that all these your recyclables are full, let's come and pack it up from the house. We pack it up, and then at the end of the day, we still pay you for whatever you're giving to us. So that's another side. Like I said, it's 4. I just explained 2.
It's getting interesting now.
It is. And so The other part is that we upcycle products. We have what we call Rep by Ecobata. When you check our Instagram handle, we upcycle single-use plastic bags, your nylon, into fashionable bags, yoga mats. And also, we also have Ecobata Pay, whereby all of this profit you get from the sales of your recyclables, tracking of whatever you give to us, is on the app, and then you can withdraw it, buy airtime with it, and pay electricity bills with it. So like I said, it's very simple, but it's a lot that we do at Ecobata. And so we have houses, we have over 10,000 users that we reach out to
So
across Nigeria. Yes, the states we
That's
operate.
within Abuja or
We,
outside Abuja?
we operate in Abuja, we operate in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Akure, Benin. So these 5 states, we have over 10,000 users.
So the QR code of the app, has it been launched already properly?
It's in use.
Like,
Yes,
it's in use
it's
now.
in
Every
use.
Nigerian can
Can you-
access it.
Yes, everybody can access it.
So how can homeowners and communities benefit from adopting waste and management practices?
So for instance, like I said, these recyclables that you give to us,
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's very necessary to understand different kind of waste. Some waste are recyclables, some waste can even be further converted to biogas and compost, right? So it's not like it's everything that can just go into the dump sites. So when you give us some part of this waste, the recyclables and all of the recyclables that I mentioned, it reduces what goes into the dump sites, right? And it also reduces it doesn't litter the environment, right? At Ecobata, we're also going into biogas very soon. That is to say, we'll soon start collecting organic waste, food waste that are being generated by household. So that means you don't even have any waste to see at the dump sites, because
The
this
environment will be clean.
Thank you. So you're getting the environment is getting value, the communities are getting value, the estates are getting value, and then you as an individual, you're also getting value for whatever waste you recycle with us. One thing with Ecobata, we like the 1 naira, 2 naira, 5 naira really matters when you accumulate it at the end of the day. So everybody gets value when they use and when they have proper waste management. It's something that in Nigeria we don't talk about a lot, but it's also something that with time you can get to inculcate that habit, and you see that it's a practice that you don't find it as a burden anymore. Instead, you see it fun doing it. Yeah, thank you.
So has this thing really gone to some of the local communities, or you are still within the urban environment for now?
So it is in most parts of the local communities. Like the other day, we were at Kabusa markets. We held a sensitization in the community, in the markets per se, not just the community, the market. And when we were done sensitizing these people and we cleaned up the markets for them, the market chairman was so wowed as to how far we've gone to ensuring that we inculcate the habits of waste management in the heart of the market people. And guess what the chairman said? When we came back to him and we told him that we want to set up a recycling hub, and a waste collection hub in this market, they were very happy to receive us, because we're not just dealing with urban communities right now, we're going down to even the rural areas. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now over to you, Ms. Hugo. We want to know what role can Waste Wealth Initiative play in promoting sustainable development and reducing environmental degradation?
Okay, so Waste Wealth Initiative is a practical solution to solving both environmental and economic problems. At Ecobata, what we do is, first we have our automated machines that collects plastics. These machines tokenize, just like my colleague said. It tokenizes your waste. If you insert your plastic bottle, once you are done recycling, you just have, like, the money goes to your app. So doing this, we've deployed our machines to several places. We have at the Truck Central, which is a very big recreational center in Abuja, the 2 train stations, metro train stations, the one at Central area and also at Bazango. We also have at the Federal Ministry of Environment in Central Park and so many other places. So doing this helps people know that this waste you are just throwing, these bottles you are throwing, you can actually get value from it, even if it's little. The fact that at the end of the day you could buy airtime with it is something. Aside our automated machines, we do another thing. We have a branch of Ecobata called REP. REP is Waste Resource Empowerment Program. So what we do at REP is we go to a community, like rural communities, underserved communities. We empower the women and the youths in that communities. We teach them about single-use plastics, the effects it has to the environment, and further teach them how to turn these single-use plastics into usable products, eco-friendly products that are beautiful. They weave them just the way they weave the Yoruba ashoke. They are woven into mats, into laptop bags, and different things. And these women now earn up to 2 times the minimum wage. When they have contracts, most times they even earn more than us there in the office. So it has helped to put food on their table, and it has also helped to promote cleaner environments. And another joy I have is most times when I go to the operations here, because the factories at Kuje, you don't find litters around, because when these women see single-use plastics like the Purita nylons, especially because that's what they use, you don't even find it around, because say, this is money, or this is what they use to weave. They pick it up. So aside the money they get, it is also promoting a cleaner environment. Yes, and also on a larger scale, for everybody in the community, knowing that you can actually recycle your waste. If you go for a wedding or you go for an event and there are bottles littered, knowing that if you pack these bottles and you recycle them, you can get financial rewards for it, because people like to do things when there are rewards involved. So whether consciously or unconsciously, you are promoting a good environment, because you might just be doing it just for the money. You are doing it for the money, you are still saving the environment. If you are doing it to protect the environment, it is still a win, because some people do not even bother about the money. Like some organizations we partner with, sometimes they don't even want the incentive, just say okay, use it for charity or some other things. But some people want the money, but then it is still a win-win, because as long as this waste do not get to the landfill, we are doing something. Yes, so those are like some of the solutions Ecobata has brought to ensure that waste is not just waste, but it is also wealth. Yes, and we also even preserve the virgin materials. So instead of trying to produce plastics again, the ones that are already existing and circulating within us, they are recycled.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. It's getting interesting. And, we'll go on a short break. When we're back, we'll tell you more on this eco-friendly Ecobata and how it's going to shape and help Nigerians keep a friendly environment, and not just a friendly environment, but to fill your pocket as well. So stay tuned. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
All right, in case you're just joining us, this is Greenhouse on Housing TV Africa, and we have been discussing waste to wealth. So with me is Elizabeth and Hope, who have been doing justice to this waste to wealth topic, and we will be back with Hope giving us another tips on how far they have gone and how they have helped the community to keep a green environment and what they aim to achieve in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so Ecobata is a social impact enterprise. We're really not about the money. Rather, we're about for instance, when you go out of the country, you see people having a very clean household. You even flooding in advanced countries are very rare to see, and that's because their drainages are not littered with wastes that are supposed to be recycled, right? So at EcoBata, we also believe that the flood we're having here in Nigeria, it is the little action that counts. The little gathering of these bottles that are supposed to be recycled, the little gathering of all of these recyclables. Did I tell you that metal is also recyclable? Paper cartons are also recyclable. Gathering all of these things. For instance, now, any small rain that falls in Abuja, you just see water gathering there. And that's because when you go down the drainage, there is what's it called now? There is recyclables that are supposed not to be there. They're supposed to be in a factory, being processed into the same products. But then again, it is in our drainages, causing flood. And people do not know the impact of this waste that they are putting into the environment until they get to a bigger dam and they see so many of these things in the river. Do you understand what I'm trying to make? But at EcoBata, we are trying to tell people that you don't have to bother yourself about waste management. Waste management shouldn't be a burden. Rather, it should be an everyday practice that you do in making sure that the environment is green, the houses are very green. And just like my colleagues say, this waste to wealth initiative, it has given a lot of people jobs, balancing the environment and also the economy. For instance, it has created jobs. There are drivers that come to you. They now have a job. There are people that sort out this waste when they come to the factory. Those people have a job, right? The women we empower in the local communities, they now have a job simply because we decided to turn what is supposed to be discarded and causing environmental pollution. We decided to turn them into wealth. And so, yeah.
So you know what I'm thinking right now?
What are you thinking?
Going to waste. So, Elizabeth, how far have you gone in awareness creation?
Okay, so for awareness, it is something we do every day.
Okay.
We have our social media handles where we post about waste recycling. We send people who already recycle with us. We have a system where we send them notification, newsletters, so that they are reminded that yes, that bottles you want to throw away, please just keep it, just keep gathering it, and tell EcoBata to come and take it. So these are some of the things we do. And the fact that we also give little tokens for this encourages people to keep doing it. The fact that they just know, okay, if I keep gathering my bottles, I could actually get something from it, is something that encourages them to do it. We also go to communities, yes, to carry out sensitization. Like we at Kabusa Market 2 weeks back to sensitize the women there and also the marketers there. During the World Environmental Day, we partnered with so many organizations. We went to Utaku Market to also carry out sensitization about ending the use of single-use plastics. During the Gender Inclusive Summit that held, I think, a week or 2 weeks back.
2 weeks back.
Yes.
Yeah.
We partnered with them and we're their recycling partner. What we did is we brought our boxes, our sorter boxes, just like our sorter bins, and they had description of recyclables and trash. So we're even trying to build that culture that even if you attend an event, don't just think that because the janitors that are in the facilities or the caterers will handle your recyclables, if you drink that water, just simply drop it in that box. Yes, so that it can be recycled. So we're trying to teach people this habit, and that is why we placed our machines in accessible places like Truck Central, where people go out to chill. So if you finish drinking, don't just stand up because you know the waiter will come and clear your table. Okay, you can leave the plate there, but the water you drank, just simply go to the machine and put it there. So these are some of the ways we are trying to build the culture of recycling in people and trying to tell people the effects of these things. If they end up in the landfills, they do not degrade. Yes.
So what can government do to encourage this initiative?
So government so far has been helping us in ensuring that this comes to stay, but they need to do more. Because one thing with a child, you tell a child to sit here, the child will not sit here until you keep shouting at it. I say sit here. So it's same thing with Nigeria. Government needs to create stronger policies that will help us to ensure that people abide to these policies, and at the end of the day gives us a greener environment. You understand? For instance, if there's a policy that you cannot just finish drinking your water and throw it anywhere in Abuja, when you throw it will come for you. You see, most people would not want to litter the environment,
yes,
right? And some when I tell some persons that these things you're doing affects the ozone layer, it's carbon emission. Some persons that will just wake up one day and they want to burn tire. Did you know what the effect of what you're doing to the environment is? So if there are stronger policies from the government, definitely we at the end will have lesser work to do, and instead we'll have more action to carry out. But because there are no much stronger policies, we have a lot of work, like the awareness she mentioned about. We have a lot of work creating awareness upon awareness. At a point, our newsletter carries out practical ways on how to still teach people on how to sort, on how to recycle, on how to we still even tell people practical ways on the type of waste they are to dispose and the ones that are not supposed to be disposed. But if all of these policies are there, we would have less work to do. Government so far has been partnering with us. Like I said, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board. They've been partnering with us in distributing this machine in various public places. Even likewise, the Federal Ministry of Environment. Even our machines are in Federal Ministry of Environment and also in Abuja Environmental Board, and even
University of Abuja.
Even
also, yes,
even the
students.
head of service, even the head of service have our machine. I think we commissioned it early last month. The machine was commissioned at the head of service early last month. Yes, the reverse vending. Yes. So so far they've been trying. They've been supporting recyclers. They've been supporting waste management organizations, but they should do more to ensure that stricter policies are being abided to. You get estate management should not just build houses and not think about how will this waste be managed. They should build houses with effective and practical waste management in mind. Yes,
that's a good one.
yes.
So now, how can you ensure that? How will you partner with the real estate agents to ensure that this thing is involved, the waste management and setting up an estate is incorporated?
So just like we have a scheme at EcoBata where we speak to facility managers, estate managers, and tell them, why don't you give us these estates to manage their waste? We'll come sensitize the household on the kind of waste. We collect normal waste, we collect organic waste, like I told you, we collect every waste, right? Partner with us, let's collect your waste, and we teach you that, when we're collecting this waste from you, you have to separate your waste. Simple separation of waste into different bags, right? Separate them into different bags. That way, our trucks are coming to pick two different kind of waste: the recyclables and the organic waste. So at the end of the day, we get the value from the recyclables and we pay the estate management. This is the value we got from all of the estates recyclables, right? And then we also have the general waste, right? This general waste, you're paying us for evacuating this general waste. Now this is two things that it has. The impact on the estate is that there's a cleaner estate. They've gotten value from this waste, and then the dump site doesn't have so much waste, and then the waste that go to the dump sites are all biodegradable. You see how much value we get, the estate gets, and also the environment gets from these simple acts. Yes.
So do you have anything to contribute to this?
Okay, just to add to what she said, so when we go to an estate, normally we pick up general waste also aside recyclables. So we make the facility managers an offer. If you tell your household to sort their waste properly, we pay you for the recyclables. But if you feel like you don't have the strength to do it and you're not ready to allow us come sensitize these people, no problem. We'll come and pick up your waste. For picking up general waste, we are going to charge you. But then, when you sort those waste,
yourself,
we are going to pay you for those recyclables. When we come, we pick up recyclables separately. We weigh it and we pay you for that. Then we pick up the general waste. So knowing the fact that, okay, we can actually get money from this recyclable waste, it will now be like a policy or like a law
in the estate.
Yes, in the estate that before you bring your waste to the general dump site, you have to sort it, because the facility managers know that it is reducing costs for them. Yes. So that's something. So I also think the government can also help in enforcing, because people like enforcement. Yes. Just the way we have, maybe there's something like a deposit refund policy. So just the way we do when you go to buy drinks, like maybe the Coke with this Coke with glass bottles. Yeah. Say for instance it's 400 naira. The shop owner will tell you you have to give 500 naira. When you return my bottle,
I'll give you your 100 naira.
So if there's something like maybe like a pack of drink that costs 3,000 naira, but we'll sell it maybe 3,200 naira. When you recycle those bottles, that is the only way you're able to get your 200 naira back. People would start recycling. Yes. So that is something I think if the government looks into, just the way the single plastic ban is in Lagos, that people have to buy bags. People are now
if they need to even
it. Yes. Wow. So now you see, normally Nigerians, like, they just see it because it's convenient, and some people, even something that you don't even need to collect a nylon bag
for, collect it.
You are buying maybe a lipstick that you can just put in your handbag, but you don't want to collect another nylon. Imagine you are buying it for 15 naira. You say, oh, let me just put this in my bag. So I think if there's even like the way it is in Lagos, if it is brought to Abuja, people have to start buying this. It will also reduce the amount of plastics waste that is in the
general waste as in total. Yes. Thank you.
No, you made mention of tires. Sorry, I have to take you back. So for the tires now, how do you handle the tires?
So we don't handle the tires ourselves, but we have recycling organizations that collect tires. I think they're in Ibadan.
Some part of the motor parts.
Yes.
Not just tires,
yes. I think they're in Ibadan, but for we don't collect tires. Yes. But then again, I think for tires, right, you know, one thing you need to understand is that if you have a habit or a culture of you don't have to just dispose something easily, when your tire is bad, not bad to the extent that it is extremely damaged,
like the wires coming out,
if it's gotten to that extent, then you have to go and at least sell them to, there are local guys that you sell them to.
Yeah, you can use them to do other things.
Yes.
You use tires to make maybe like a little sofa.
Yes.
So like you see, if you just learn the habit of not trashing everything, you think of innovative ways you could use this thing. Yes, instead of trashing. For example, if you buy maybe chips and you're done eating the chips, instead of trashing the container that the chips came with, you can start putting maybe your Maggi cubes inside that container. Yes, that's just the thing.
Or even if you don't have need of it, you just can have somebody that will have need of it. One thing people don't understand with recycling, reuse, because all of these things are all under circular economy. One thing people don't understand is that the more you're recycling all of these things, the more these things are all in circle, the lesser waste we see at the dump sites, the lesser environmental effects we have. Because, for instance, now I have this dress and it's so tight for me, I wouldn't want to use it. It's not wise for me to trash this dress. Instead, I give it to someone else. And so it will take like maybe 10 years before you see this dress in the environment. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So it's same thing with for the tire. They are local guys. If you really, my boss would say, if you really want to do something, yes, you will find a way. Yes. So if you really want to, but I don't think that company is in Abuja. If not, would have just referred people to recycle their tire with them. But for us here in Abuja, we collect everything that has to do with recyclables. Anyhow the recyclables is, we'll collect it and we'll give value for these recyclables. Yes, thank you.
Very interesting.
So
far, how many states have those eco bags been able to access?
So we're in Abuja currently, and I think when you're calling the 5 recycling companies in Abuja, we top that charts. Wow. Yes, because we've been able to build a very good community here in Abuja. We're in Lagos, we are in Port Harcourt, we are in Akure, we are in Benin City, and we're also trying to expand our wings to the far north and also
Kaduna, Kano.
yes, Kano, even to the far western, yes, northwest state and all of that.
So how long will it take for this to be achieved?
For Kano and Kaduna, we're already making progress.
Yes.
Probably even this year, would that be present there? So even aside the fact we do recycling, in some states like Niger State, we have carried out the rep training, the empowerment for women, where we taught them how to use nylons to weave. So we have had impacts also in Niger State.
So what she's trying to say in essence is that even if we don't have like a whole activity going on, we've gone to these states, even to Jos, we've gone to communities like these to create impact, to make impact through our various programs that we run at EcoBata.
So what you're saying is in the next 2 to 3 years, let's say next 2 to 3 down to 10 years, we'll not be having huge dumps around Nigeria, where every corner you go you see the large dump.
With the support of the government and the cooperation of the people, this can definitely be achieved. Yes.
So this Babambola, these people they call Babam, these waste speakers, have you have any contact with them, or do you work with them one-on-one?
Yes. In fact, we have, aside our household gives us a lot of waste, they are also one of the
vendors.
Yes, we call them vendors. They are also one of the highest number of people that bring this waste to us. Also, we have people that we partner with them. When they say we want to sell, we'll be like, you're very welcome. Come, how many kg do you have for sale? So we partner with Babambolas very well. Just that again, the government needs to come together with Babambolas to know how to formalize, to make them to be formal.
Yes. And just like she said, we have also made efforts in making these people formal workers.
Yes.
So instead of just randomly picking trash, we've converted them to staff. They have identity cards. So when they go into estate, they are not harassed.
Yes.
We have our reflective jackets that has our company name. The estates they even go to, or the houses are people we already partner with. So there's no such thing as maybe theft.
Yes.
You know, like there's a way they look at them. Maybe yes. So we are trying to formalize these people. They now work with us. So when they go to places to pick up this recyclable waste, there's no harassment because they know that these people are coming under a body.
Yes.
So that's the way it is.
And even if there's a problem like a language barrier, we also try our best to use the normal Nigerian pidgin to tell them you can communicate with the normal Nigerian pidgin when you get to these places. So again, we don't have
we try to mix them.
We work hand in hand with these Babambola guys, the ones that are with us. Yes.
And I just hope that the government will act fast to ensure that these waste pickers, the ones we call Babambola, are formalized to avoid insecurity and the theft thing. So that's all we can take on this episode. I believe you learned something. As for me, I've learned a lot, and my mind has been telling me to shift into waste collection because there's a lot going on there. If you can look at it like not just keeping your environment clean, but empowering your pockets. Why not trash it properly so that I can get something in return? Why not do this to keep a good environment? And of course, we are experiencing flood here and there, and trashing your waste properly can help reduce the flooding, because when we burn, when we trash in the sewages, it creates flood, and the burning because of climate change. So with this, I believe you've learned something and you have a change of mind on how you manage your waste. After all, it's not a waste anyways, because something that gives you money, can you call it waste? No, it's never a waste. Yes. So that's all we can take for today. So it has been a nice time discussing with Hope Ayeni and Elizabeth Bahagu. Until we come your way again with another interesting episode of Greenhousing on Housing TV Africa. Thanks for watching. I remain your host, Mimi Tondo. Bye for now.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.